I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was gonna be career girl.
Would y'all talk to a kid that got a 9 to 5? Like all honesty.
I mean, I've talked to a kid with a 9 to 5.
No, I'm talking now. At the level you at now, would you talk to babe, I'm about to clock into work, babe, I'm about to clock out?
If it was like a corporate job, absolutely.
Be specific when you say corporate. MTA?
No, like a corporate job, meaning like he's the boss or the CEO of something.
Oh, like
Just CEO, for sure.
I was with Fetty Wap and Waka Flocka.
And you with Waka Flocka while he was with Tammy?
Yes.
How long did you and Offset fuck around though?
That was it.
That was it?
Girl, that was it. He hated me.
But now you want to make me look like a liar in front of the internet. It's crazy, Demetrius.
That's not how I tried to make you seem. I apologize for that.
We rich black men have a problem.
What's good, peeps? It's your boy JP back at it again with another reaction video. And today we are reacting to 4D Shams. Shout out to 4D Shams. He's a dope creator. And yeah, today's video is the problem with rich black men. I don't know what you about to get into with this. I ain't rich, but I am a black man, so we about to see what we talking about, you know what I mean? But before we go see what we're talking about, make sure you go hit the like and subscribe button, join the Prosper Gang. There's a whole lot of prosperity going on around this mug, you feel me? You feel me? And Prosper t-shirts coming soon when I get monetized. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video.
I was with Fetty Wap and Waka Flocka.
And you with Waka Flocka while he was with Tammy?
Yes.
How long did you and Offset fuck around though?
That was it.
That was it?
Girl, that was it. He hated me.
So Fetty Wap, Waka Flocka, and Offset. Okay, pretty strong start there.
It was Snoop Dogg in the video, and he was snorting lines off of your chest.
Not Uncle Snoop, nah.
And I FaceTimed him. He answered with his full face on the camera.
Sorry, I'm like in the middle of getting ready right now.
I'm not ready no more, so I ain't when I am ready.
Now, he was very married at the time.
I found out he was married when he flew me out for the BET Awards, and on stage, he's thanking his wife. I'm like,
He was really on stage thanking his wife with a side piece in the audience. Wow.
How was 50 Cent in that?
I remember good dick. That's why I could tell you my good dick.
Okay, good dicks.
Yeah, Young Thug, #1.
You Emin?
Thug been telling y'all that he's not gay. Sure, he rocks dresses and, you know, acts super feminine sometimes, but he's not. I mean, it seems like he obviously knows a thing or...
Nah, that picture. Nah, we ain't even going back to that. That picture is diabolical. No. 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 No, Thug. No.
About pleasing women. I mean, it's the reason he had Mariah the Scientist acting like this on those jail phone calls.
Daddy, am I your baby?
Am I your baby?
I exposed
Now,
the
Tiana is so unproblematic, but I've told her she need to stop letting bitches in her bed. We're in a bathroom stall with Lil Meech giving him head.
You know, you have to give your man head wherever you're at.
Now, academics. I seen him like in a tape online, and his belly is really huge. It's hairy. His dick was kind of small, and he had to stay close.
Kinda. It's so small, babe. Literally the smallest ever. Oh my god, so mad that I just fucked him too.
Imagine knowing all this information and still going out sad like this over a bop.
Begging you, please, delete this stuff. This is my reputation, bro. I apologize for saying what I said to you. Please, man.
But you said it was cap though. What was cap, Demetrius?
Selena, I said that to
That's
get
your
the
girl.
post deleted, Selena.
That's your
But
girl.
now you want to make me look like a liar in front of the internet. It's crazy.
That's your girl.
Demetrius.
That's not how I tried to make you seem. I apologize for that.
We rich black men have a problem.
We? Brother, there ain't no we in this one, my guy. I'm a broke nigga, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't got it. I ain't got it.
Who the fuck is we? Ain't no motherfucking we.
Alright, damn, man. Okay, not we. Rich black men have a problem. You see, with a lot of these mainstream black men, whenever they acquire some sort of riches, instead of finding them a good wholesome woman that comes from a good background with a good profession that can help raise a family properly, preferably a black woman, because we definitely need to keep the wealth within the community. Instead of doing that, they go and engage and have these relationships with these bottom of the barrel women. I'm talking these IG models who are basically prostitutes for hire. PJ Washington fell for this trap with Brittany Renner.
So every time that he does this, I'm gonna record it. This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. 170,000.
PJ Washington is a special case. He made that his girl and gave her a baby. Yeah, you can't say news like that.
To your hoe with $11,000 in your son's bank account.
PJ had a kid with her, and now he's not only stuck paying child support, but his kid is gonna grow up in a broken home. Dude is literally in headlines every other month because of his baby mother. Imagine being mad about getting paid $11,000 a month to take care of one little kid. There's literally whole families who live on less than half of that. And mind you, this is the same Brittany Renner who Coach Prime hired to talk to the Jackson State football team so she could basically warn them about industry women. She literally admitted to seeing the men in her DMs as a bunch of checks.
My DMs, it's like a Nike store. There's nothing but checks. So it just, when you reach a certain status, you can have the pick of the litter. I'm talking heavy hitters. Some of y'all's favorite rappers, NBA players, football players. And you can either, you know, use it to your advantage and maybe abuse it, or you can, you know, try to make something happen.
But it's painful to see that rich black men are still falling for the same tricks. But speaking of painful experiences like being injured in an accident, few things are worse than facing.
All right, brother, man, I fuck with you.
Other young NBA players like Zion Williamson were also caught in the same trap, and I can't lie, his might be even worse, cause bro, what are you doing, bro? This had to be some sort of fetish or something, because sleeping with a BBL bandit star is crazy, and since their relationship got exposed, everything she does is linked back to him. So now,
no, that's a diaper, bro. You can't save all these niggas.
The other month, he's also in headlines because of her. I mean, just look at this clip.
Everybody deserves a chance to be heard. The amount of bashing, humiliation, slander, and threats that I've been receiving these last 3 years have been a lot, and it's causing me a lot of stress, emotional distress, and I just hope we all can come to justice and this all can be resolved and nobody has to relive all these things ever again.
It's like she's trying to hit every buzzword that's gonna sound good in the courtroom. I know we're supposed to give the victim the benefit of the doubt, but bro, come on. With this sort of acting, it's no wonder she's a porn star. And the fact that she had on sunglasses because she obviously couldn't muster up some tears is just insane. We also got rappers like Lil Baby. And mind you, the Lil Baby situation is very recent. I think he got exposed this month. And y'all can pause to read, but Lil Baby was basically in her messages going out sad, basically begging her to fuck with him. And
I heard he didn't care that she used to mess with Yachty. He didn't care about none of that. He say, I'ma get me what I'm gonna get me. Listen, I ain't rich. I ain't got that much popularity. But one thing I know I will always do is remind myself of where I started. And that will humble me real quick. Real quick. It will humble me real quick. I think that is where I think their egos get to the best of them, and they just like, hey, I got all this money. I worked this hard. I was able to achieve this, achieve that. Man, I'm gonna do what I want to do, how I want to do it. I can get whatever I want. Like they on 10. And Lord knows if you mixing in drugs in the mix of that, they on 10. I can only imagine. And that's all I want to do is just imagine, because I'm not gonna participate in none of that crap. God damn it. They on their own with that one. The baby, this was a crash out. Damn.
probably tricking. If you can help me get my dream car, you can have me forever. And it can't be a striker. And if you don't know what a striker is, it's basically a stolen car where they change things like the VIN number and they might change the look a little bit, so it's unrecognizable to authorities and it can be given to a new owner. I was going to get one eventually, just had to shake more ass. I don't want nobody seeing you shaking your ass, just shake it for me. That had to be the most simp reply I've ever seen. And you know, I used to think that this only happened to like the younger black men, you know, the new NBA, NFL players who just found some new wealth and they don't know how to act. But no, this is happening to the old heads too. A perfect example is Shannon Sharp. A multitude of people told this man to stop pursuing these young, fast girls.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get your old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Like you, man, y'all get to some age and you still like them young. You like You like the same age girls I like.
Okay, yeah,
So
right.
when you get to
Shannon, bro. Shannon, I get you got, like I said, it's money. Like the fact that they can, they will, but it's a mental consequence to all that, bro. You gotta think about what could. Man, I ain't gonna even.
I'm getting old, but my eyesight's still young.
Get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. Come on.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
And what do you know? A short while after receiving all these warnings, Shannon Sharp ended up getting hit with accusations. Not only that, he got exposed for basically being into weird, kinky race play. The woman he was dealing with was texting him weird stuff like, I want to have your big black baby. I'm sorry, but there's no way you should be that freaked out as an old man. Isn't your sex drive supposed to slow down when you're that old? Cut the
Even if it don't, bro, it's just like, bro, if you're that rich, bro, there's millions of y'all think because you're rich and you can buy anything you want that you can have anything you want. You cannot. That's not how the world works. That's not how the world works. You paid the price. You paid the price.
Short, she basically ended up suing him for $50 million of his newly acquired $100 million deal. And although she did end up settling with only $23 million, that's still a lot. I would be devastated. And sadly, it doesn't just stop at people losing millions. We got long-term friendships ending. For example, like the friendship between Drake and Future that's rumored to have ended because of a woman. And then we also got stuff like Stephon Diggs impregnating Cardi B. You mean to tell me that you're young, talented, and you have a bunch of money, and you want to go after a lady who's been in a public relationship for years and has several kids with someone? And on Cardi B's end, she literally went from one bad relationship to a possibly even worse relationship. There's literally whole videos out there showing how bad of a romantic partner Stephon Diggs is.
Who guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Oh, Stephon Diggs.
Why Diggs?
He's crazy.
Least I should date my sister, Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Because he's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents. Like, you don't want your sister to bring him home to your parents. So
what team would you least like to date your sister?
Diggs.
Why Diggs?
Nigga said that shit like, why would you ask me that? Like, you don't know the answer to that own question? That's crazy.
No. We're gonna leave it like that. No.
I honestly don't even know who has it worse in this situation, Stephon Diggs or Cardi B. And I know earlier I questioned why black men aren't going after quote unquote good women who you can raise a family with, have kids with, you know, introduce to your family. But the sad part is, even with the women who present this image, you're not safe. A perfect example is Ayesha Curry. There was a time when everyone thought she was like the perfect wife. I mean, Drake even mentioned her in his song. How I'm supposed to wife you, you're not Ayesha enough. But you see, that whole image changed when Ayesha started doing interviews and started saying stuff like this.
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. Because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl. I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to
mind, it's coming out.
Tries to resonate with me, but he just can't.
So basically,
that girl don't like that man. She is jealous of that man, and she wants what he got. She thought it was gonna be her in that position, and he was gonna be the stay-at-home dad, or gonna be the guy that, you know, or not saying that he wasn't gonna, but she wanted a Beyonce, and unfortunately, a lot of women want that. Which, I mean, if that's what you want, I can't tell you what not to have. At one point, I thought I wanted that too, and I actually don't want that either. But a lot of people want the J and B relationship. They want that power couple thing where I'm at the top of my mountain and you at the top of yours. But the problem with that is, and what's unrealistic in a lot of those situations is, when do y'all really have time for each other? Like on a real level. Like, I mean, J and B probably got that now because now they're coming down from the hiatus of their careers. Maybe not Beyonce, but Jay-Z on his music career, he's came down. He ain't got to worry about that. B can just step in and step out when she wants to. So they don't really, so they might have the time now. But when you on your way up and y'all both on y'all way up, then what time do y'all really got for real? And I think that's the problem, that like women like it because of the aesthetic of it and the way it looks to the media. But like when you got to actually live in it, like, do you really want that? Like, for real. And it's the same concept when we talk about women dating rich men. Like, oh yeah, they all want the man at the top of the mountain. They got all the money. But do you know like what type of lifestyle they live? Them the type of news they got. So Selena Powell in their DMs on the side, giving thanks to you while she in the crowd. That, you sure you want that? I ain't saying you gotta settle, but outside the aesthetic and what the world tells you what it's supposed to look like, actually get some insight and think logically about what that really takes. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying Steph is anything like that, not at all. But what I'm saying is that I think she more so wanted that power couple, and she didn't really want to settle for being the wife of a superstar. She wanted to be a superstar in her own right. Well, she deserves to have that. That's what she want. She want that. I think that should have been something that Steph looked into and thought about before he decided to, you know, prolong this relationship as long as he prolonged it. You know what I mean? Now they got kids involved, and now she online talking about how she don't want kids, and now when her kids get older, they gonna see that mom didn't really want to have us like that. Even though she probably grateful for us to be here, that wasn't her intent. Which, I mean, that might be a lot of us, but here, seeing it on camera and then having the whole world know that, not just you know that, but the whole world knows that, that's a little sad. You know, now your kids gotta grow up with people around having all these different perceptions about whether you really wanted them or not. Like, it's just fucked up. You need to have a bone in your body that say, I don't like this. Like, I mean, bone in your body saying, I'm gonna keep this to myself. That's what you need. But to each his own, not here to shame nobody, but you live the life you want to live. I just, in my opinion, that just wasn't cool.
I'm getting from what she's saying is that even though she may have gotten into a relationship with him before he became famous, before he became the Stephen Curry we know today, if he wasn't that person today, she would have left him by now. Because if this is her thought process right now, oh, I want male attention, I wanted to be a career woman, I never wanted to be married, I never wanted to have.
And let's keep it a buck. Ayesha Curry is a beautiful woman. She would have definitely, if she was single, got a whole lot of attention from different dudes. And that's probably what she thought. Like I said, she wanted to be that power girl. And not like show power, but you get what I'm saying. Like, she wanted to be a power couple type thing. So she's jealous of Steph. 100%.
If that's how she felt and she was in a relationship with any regular guy, she would have left that dude. The fact that Stephen Curry is Stephen Curry and he has millions and she's able to live a soft life through him is probably the only reason she's still in that relationship. And I honestly don't know what it is with wealthy black men, because it seems like whenever black men touch some serious money, the first thing they do is go after women who wouldn't give them the light of day if they didn't have that money. A perfect example is a recent...
Okay, because I was about to say, I don't think that's Steph, because they, like I said, they was together prior to being in a relationship, prior to him being rich. It's just they was on the same level and she didn't want to stop growing. She wanted to keep growing and he stunted her growth and now she want to keep growing. But let's see what he's talking about.
I seen about Mario Balotelli. He basically talked about how before he became famous, Italian girls wouldn't give him the light of day. And then when he finally got his professional soccer contract, the first thing he did, he went and brought a car and he picked up 4 girls to have fun with. Mind you, these are the same women who weren't giving him the light of day before. What a lot of these wealthy black men need to realize is that this is how a lot of these industry women think.
Would y'all talk to a nigga that got a 9 to 5, like all honesty?
I mean, I've talked to a nigga with a 9 to 5.
No, I'm talking about now. At the level you at now, would you talk to a babe, I'm about to clock into work, babe, I'm about to clock out?
If it was like a corporate job, absolutely.
Be specific when you say corporate. MTA?
No, like a corporate job, meaning like he's the boss or the CEO of something.
Or like
the CEO, for sure. If he like, have to go to work, but it's his company or he's like top up in the company to where he make a lot of money. Yes.
Oh, like a realtor? Would you talk to an accountant?
I mean, I don't know. I can't say.
So are you, and this is where it goes from, this is where the lines get blurred. Everybody get real quick. This is where the lines get blurred. You got women that talk about self-worth, and then you got hoe culture. No shit. That's what you got. There's a blurry line in between that. And by that I mean, I'm all for women knowing self-worth. You definitely need to understand your self-worth. But then there's also whole culture where women want to get bought and get paid for. There is a difference. What happens is women that have this whole culture mindset believes their worth is getting bought by CEOs. I don't know these women in this thing, so I could be wrong. But what I do know is they are looking like, I mean, maybe they just going out or whatever, but one girl got her damn near bra on stream in front of Lord knows thousands of people. I don't know how many people Talil got in his stream, but you on stream in front of thousands of people with a bra on, not covering up nothing. You done told me a lot about yourself already. So I know you don't fall under the self-worth. I'm just saying, you might be in the middle somewhere. You're not all the way on that end. And the problem is with this is they can kind of miss the conversations together, like, oh, self-worth. No, you want to be bought. That's what you want. Don't lean over there with the professional women, the women that actually doing good with themselves and they want somebody on their level or better. No, you just want to be bought. That's different. And I think that's what men get mixed up, is that we got women that are on self-worth and they really taking care of themselves. They really healing. They really in the gym taking care of themselves. They eating healthy. They are got their finances in order. They know how to be in a healthy relationship. They ain't all across Instagram with their bodies all everywhere. Then you got people that want to be bought. And I think this is where that mixed up come at. And it's a blurry line in the middle, in my opinion.
You saying you wouldn't talk to him? Why? Because you have a bigger income to him, or you just wouldn't talk to him?
Yeah, I'm attracted to guys that make more money than me.
Now, I'm not gonna sit here and try to fault her for having that preference. If she wants to date wealthier men, she wants to date wealthier men. But the issue is when black men don't go for good women who actually like them, and they go for women with this type of mindset. You're going for an industry woman whose main priority is money. Not to find love, not to start a family, not to be a wife, a mother. No, it's to find someone who has more money than her. And then everything else follows. But when you lead a relationship with that, it's no wonder everything else ends up being superficial. And that's also why we have this ongoing rhetoric that once black men become successful, they end up choosing a white woman. And people like Dr. Umar have argued that the reason for that is because white women don't try to look for a finished product. They invest in a black man's potential and they help him achieve it.
One of the biggest advantages the snow bunnies have on our women is snow bunnies will find a dusty brother and see his skill, his talent, you feel me?
Yeah.
Invest in him in college. And by the time he become a multimillionaire at 35, she been with him the whole walk. You see that? A lot of sisters are not going to do that. They're not going to find a dusty brother in his senior year or dusty brother in the community. But you see, he got this business idea. She like, nah, come back and see me when it's up and running. I don't think this ever going to happen. Soon when you waved him off, the snow bunny got him.
Now, I personally feel like this is one of those issues that's more prevalent online because in real life, I see plenty of healthy black couples with a bunch of money. But these allegations definitely apply when it comes to like these mainstream individuals. The rappers, the ball players, you know, the people who have the most clout. And since it's so prevalent within that community that has so much popularity, it makes people think that it's the norm and that it's happening everywhere. But with that,
I think too that go back to what Umar said. The reason why I don't subscribe, well, I can understand what he's saying, but I have a little bit more empathy is that us as black people, sometimes we late to the party, right? And sometimes we don't have all the resources to be able to move like other ethnicities. So when we trying to move through life and we trying to figure stuff out, sometimes we don't have the time or opportunity to take a risk as much as other ethnicities. Now, am I saying disregard people that's on their way up? No, I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? You can definitely work with people. I definitely work with people and invested in people on their way up and you know, and did my thing too, right? But the problem is that we just got to give our people a little bit more grace than that. Like, we ain't given the same silver spoon to be able to make the same decisions they make. Now, the problem I had with the women before, you talking about, oh, you won't date an accountant. Which you have that right. Do you? Problem is that man is already at his finish line and that whatever ain't good enough. It's just that the people they talking about they won't. It's like, this is why I know, like, okay, you want to be like, you kind of like on the whole culture side, because I'm not saying you can't have a CEO, but to just, you want to meet a CEO where a CEO at and then think he gonna be loyal to you, it's not gonna happen. It's just not. They don't do that. Like, when you're that rich and you've already made it to your plateau, and then you think you gonna meet a woman and it's like, okay, now I'm gonna say that y'all not gonna walk into a J and B relationship. You gotta build that. You gotta build that. You're not gonna walk into a Russell Wilson and Sierra situation. You gotta build that. Well, they kind of did matchmake, but he was already looking at her for a long time. That's a very, very special case that is not likely to happen to most of people. You know what I mean? So each his own. But hey, y'all do y'all thing. Live life the way you want to live it. I just hope you get the results that you want. If not, maybe we need to make some adjustments. It is what it is. But anyway, with that being said, hit the like. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to 4D Shams. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Join the Prosper Gang. We're keeping it PG. There's a whole lot of prosperity going on around this mug. You feel me? We on our way to 1K. And remember, there is nothing impossible to they who try. Till next time I'm out. Dudes.